are not getting a divorce.
We are not getting a divorce.
We are not getting a divorce.
Wait for it. Divorce.
Hey guys!
Hey!
Hello.
How's it going?
Welcome to the Super Divorce SUPERCAST again. Sorry we missed last week.
Had a show out of town last week and it didn't allow for the time to make the show.
But
this
here we
show.
We are making this show.
We're making this one.
This one is here. I'm Nicholas Villars. I'm your vocalist here at Super Divorce.
And I am Robert Sean Bean Tallman, and I play guitar in the band.
I'm Bender, and I like to bang things, and I play drums.
You like to bang things, huh?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Sean Bean, Bob is coming.
I like Sean Bean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a good actor.
That wasn't even preloaded up. That just flew off the top of my dome. I'm pretty happy about that.
It's a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
It's good spontaneity.
Have you guys noticed this? The listeners won't be able to notice this, but I have a stain on my sweatshirt here.
I didn't notice.
Looks like I have some brown poopy smeared on me, but it's really just a little bit of protein shake that I spilled on myself. But
now I'm gonna think it is poop.
Yeah,
it's
me
poopy.
too.
You just said that
It's poopy.
so that I wouldn't think it's poop.
I'd be one of the luckiest people in the world to have chocolate smelling poopy. You could get away with a lot if your poop smelled like chocolate. So anybody out there, if your poop smells like chocolate, just let us know and
Send us some. Here to the show.
I'd love to have a sample.
We can maybe do one of our Super Saturday videos about your chocolate poopy.
Yeah, we could.
We can review it.
We could we could dissect it, pull it apart, and just kind of go through the texture and
An unboxing.
Yeah.
Send it to us in a box, and we will unbox it.
Preferably a cardboard box, because I'd love to see that nice stain from the poopy on the cardboard.
Yeah.
You know, the wetness
Yeah.
that just kind of leaks out of it that would stain it.
So poop in the toilet first, and then pick it up of the toilet with maybe a fish scooper, and then plop it down and
some hot dog tongs. You know, it might fall apart.
That might smash the poop.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to crunch it up and smash it.
We want it in
like
complete turd
a nice
form.
intact turd.
Yeah.
If you drop it in the toilet, that's going to be the best place, because if you shit directly in the box, it might like spread out and
it could
the
compromise
impact.
the quality of the turd.
Yeah, the impact would have an effect on the integrity of the shit.
Yeah, you don't want to when you go cliff diving, you don't jump onto a hard surface. You jump into the water.
Yeah.
And you make your pencil.
Or you could here's the best way, and this would probably be the most effective way at keeping the turd in its original form.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get a very large fan and just lie it down flat, turn it on, and then when you shit, the air will actually cause the turd to float
above the fan blades, and then you can gingerly just kind of move the box underneath and cradle it so that it just kind of
You'd want to cut some holes in the bottom of the box too, so that the air can still get through and continue to hold the turd in place as you maneuver the box underneath, and then bring it up slowly to where it finally just rests at the bottom.
Right.
And then maybe you want to add another layer. You could put that in another box.
So that there's no drippage.
Yeah. And then you just, as you said, get that nice spread.
Mm-hmm.
Probably as it's traveling,
Yeah.
that might happen. But you'd want to make sure it was nice and secure somehow.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. You could even you could go with, you know how coffins have that soft lining in them?
Yeah.
You could have a box with a nice soft pillow, maybe memory foam lining, so that once you do pull the box up underneath, you know, you have a nice resting place. And then the holes you talked about earlier, that memory foam is very breathable.
Yeah.
You could have it set up so that the airflow isn't restricted.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with the holes cut in your box, since your poop smells like chocolate, you would be able to, you wouldn't be cutting that scent off from the world. Anybody who's around the box as you transport it to the postal service or UPS or whoever you decide to have ship it, they would be able to enjoy the scent of chocolate as they are carrying your box to its destination.
Yeah,
So.
because I think they might ask you when you ship your shit if there are any hazardous materials, any sort of biohazards, which of course shit would be. Your
Right.
poop would. I don't think you would be allowed to ship that by
No.
traditional means. So if it smelled like chocolate, you could tell them, no, it's not hazardous. It's just food.
Just chocolate.
It's just
Yeah.
chocolate. There's
Yep.
some fresh chocolate in here.
Fresh chocolate. Maybe semi-sweet chocolate.
Yeah.
Or, we don't know. We didn't specify what kind of chocolate it smells like. So it could
Yeah.
smell like milk chocolate, dark,
Or
semi-sweet.
maybe like 100% cacao.
Yeah. Sort of, without the sweetness added at all.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just
you
the
could-
complete raw.
Maybe you could sprinkle a little sugar on top
Mhm.
before you send it,
Yeah.
just in case.
This is making me hungry. I don't know
Mm.
about you guys.
Well,
Maybe spread it on a little graham cracker.
Yeah.
You know?
that'd be good. It'd be a good pre-show snack.
Yeah.
And we actually have a show next week, so that
Yeah.
works out.
Hank's Pub is that December 5th, which is St. Nick Night, for those of you who don't know. That's a lesser-known holiday, but St. Nick comes, and my family used to do St. Nick Night.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah, we used to do
you
it
hang-
too.
Really?
You hang
Yeah.
up stockings over the fireplace, and you get it, and you get... It's like little gifts in your stocking.
We put our
Sort of like-
shoes outside of our bedroom door.
Really?
hmm
We didn't do that.
we did that at school too. At
we hung
school,
our-
you would like take off a shoe for like a class period or
Mhm.
something, and put it on the windowsill in a classroom, and then like come back to the classroom.
And your
And
shoe
your shoe
is
would have a bunch
filled
of
with
candy in
candy. Well,
I
I guess it serves the same purpose as a stocking.
Yeah.
So
I never heard of that.
yeah,
in-
Saint Nick
just
Night.
now.
Is Saint Nick? Does this holiday also involve the Krampus? Is this a
I'm not sure of that.
or is
to,
that more Christmas Eve?
to me? My family might have done just our own interpretation of Saint Nick Night. I don't know. I haven't delved into the mythos.
Well, I
but
don't know much about the Krampus.
It
There's a movie
felt-
coming out.
it sort of just felt like a warm up, like an appetizer for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Mhm.
It's like the beginning days of Hanukkah.
Basically, yeah. It's just you get your stocking stuffers and you get your little gifts and a lot of candy, like you said, and maybe I think the big gift of Saint Nick Night used to be like a movie.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
DVD
exactly
or
what kids
something.
in my class
Yeah.
would get, so like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We only did it when we were very young. Like
Yeah,
I
I
remember
don't
being
think-
in like 5th grade, and
Yeah.
maybe that being the last time.
Maybe
Mhm.
I'll jump in on this next
You
week.
could jump in on Saint Nick Night. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do a little research and
Mm-hmm.
find your version that you wanna roll with, and you could implement that in your own holiday season.
You mentioned
And for those listeners who don't know about Saint Nick Night, culturally
Yeah,
expand your horizons by adding a little bit more Santa to your stuff there.
and then of course there's Krampus.
Right.
We got the Krampus movie coming out.
I can't wait for that.
That looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see the Kevin Smith Krampus compilation because he is doing one himself. And
Really?
yeah, I thought that was odd that there are two Krampus movies
Wait,
coming out.
but he's doing one this year?
No, not this
Oh,
year.
okay.
No. But
What is Krampus?
Krampus is the antithesis of Santa Claus, where if you're bad and Santa Claus gives you coal,
Mm-hmm.
if you're bad, Krampus comes and beats you with a dried out bush and then puts you in a sack and takes you back to his lair and eats you.
Holy
He
shit.
looks like a demon.
Yeah, he's got like goat
God.
legs and horns
Yeah.
and he's the
Wow.
that's the Christmas
Cloven
Krampus.
hooves.
Yep,
So you might,
very
you might
reminiscent
hear
of
some
Diablo.
hooves, and you think it's a reindeer, but it's actually
It's
Krampus.
actually
Coming to
Krampus.
kill you.
Krampusing up to your bed.
And in Iceland, they don't have Santa. Did you know this? I learned this on my trip.
What's his name? Is it Father Christmas? in
No,
Iceland?
no, they don't have. There's not even like a version of Santa.
Oh.
They just have Krampus.
No.
I was
It's
gonna
a-
say that would be
It's
horrifying.
an old woman named Grilla, and
Grilla?
yeah, and she will come and snatch the bad kids, and much like Krampus, throw them in a black sack and take them back to her house.
Does she
But if
eat
you're
them?
good, I don't know what she does. I can't remember the entire
him-
thing.
She makes him watch
There's a big
reruns.
that up,
there's an American Dad Christmas episode that deals with Krampus.
Okay.
But if you're good, then you will be visited by the Yule Lads. There are 13 of them,
Oh my god.
and they are
Yule lads.
they are Grilla's children. And she also has a husband. I can't remember his name. The lady that told me all of this explained that he doesn't really do much. He just kind of sits around.
He's
They
like
don't really
the male
talk about
lion.
Yeah.
He just kind of
Yeah.
gets his rocks off and in the corner
Mhm.
while everybody else does the fucking work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Also, if we haven't warned you yet, if this is your first time listening, this is a not safe for work podcast.
You might have noticed when we were talking about how you could send us shit in a box.
Well, Krampus has officially scared the bejesus out of
You
me.
ever seen a picture of Krampus?
No, but
The old-fashioned pictures of Krampus are the best.
Yeah.
Like those look.
that's one way to get people to behave throughout the year is to threaten them with this guy coming and taking you away to eat you.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like how religion convinces people they'll burn for eternity for not following a set of rules that are laid out.
Mm-hmm.
Which anybody who's listening to this podcast knows is ridiculous. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Just
you're
kinda
not going to hell.
old-timey Krampus.
Krampus isn't coming to get you. It's all made up to make. Look at the kid.
Yeah. Look how
You guys
scary he
can't.
is.
You guys can't see this, but there's a kid on a little rocking horse, and Krampus is right there behind him, and the kid is just frightened out of his mind.
Just Google Krampus.
Yeah, Google.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
do-
your assignment.
Do the image search and have a good evening.
Yeah, try to sleep.
And maybe implement Krampus into your holiday tradition this
Yeah.
year. And
I feel like that's
feel
the precursor to Grandpa Batista.
yeah.
For those of you who aren't in our inner circle of friends, Nick here has made up a part fictional, part real character named Grandpa Batista, who he threatens his son with if his son's being objectionable behavior-wise.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hear Grandpa Batista in the distance, and it's Dave Batista of WWE fame, and he rolls around in a small boat,
A fart
a
boat.
fart boat, which he propels with his own farts. He doesn't have rows or anything.
No, he sits down. It's kind of like a canoe with a hole cut for his ass, and he kind of sticks his butt through, and when he farts, it propels the boat forward
Yeah.
or backwards, depending on how he's angled his butt
Oh,
cheeks.
he can go in reverse then.
Yeah, all you'd
I
have to
didn't
do
know
is
that.
just kind of lean.
lean back.
Yeah.
Lean back.
Okay, do the rock aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Grandpa Batista.
and if he comes and gets the kid, he will take them back to his shack, which I have kind of envisioned is sitting on the bayou. And
Because
he will-
he needs a water source to travel on. So
he
that-
can take the boat on land.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that powerful.
Doesn't he also turn your food into Salisbury steak?
Yes, he will feed you Hungry Man TV dinners of the Salisbury steak variety, but he can also turn your food into Salisbury steak if he wants to.
While
And
you're
he-
eating it.
and he will feed it to you and it will be old. It's not fresh. That's part of it.
I don't think there's ever been a fresh Salisbury steak
Yeah,
anywhere.
It's old when you buy it.
It's kind of a miracle that something that's been dead that long can actually taste like food. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we have. Let's try and stay on schedule tonight because we didn't last time. That means we've got 1 minute for artist spotlight.
Okay, 1 minute for artist spotlight. Who do you guys want to? Did you have
How
anybody
about
in
Weird Al
mind?
Yankovic?
Saw Weird Al Yankovic in concert on the Poodle Hat tour back in like 2005, 4, something like that.
Mhm.
Amazing. The last like 5 songs, he came out in the costume for each music video of said song.
That's fun.
It
I
was-
feel like it'd be a fun concert
It
to
was
go
great.
to. I have always loved the Gangster's Paradise parody.
Amish Paradise.
Yeah,
one
I
of
remember the
best.
first time I saw that video. I used to love Gangster's Paradise, the song, as a young boy,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Weird Al version came out, and there's a part in the video where it's kind of like a side view,
I know.
and there's just like water pouring off of his
He's
face, and he's
sweating so
sweating so much. I don't know why, but that always just cracked me up.
Yeah.
So it's a good song, good
Yeah.
video. I like Weird Al.
I like him a lot.
How about you, Bob?
I like Weird Al when he appears on Tim and Eric quite a bit.
Mm.
I think he's a super funny guy. I've never bought any of his albums, but I've heard the most famous of his parodies, and I think he's a staple in the comedic community, and I'd like to see him do more in the future. And I'm glad. I remember he had that #1 album recently,
Yeah.
and it was his first #1,
Mhm.
which is really cool for a comedy album to go #1. So
He on Tim and Eric, I believe. I'm thinking of the "Here She Comes"
yes,
segment.
me too.
Thank
That
you, Simon. That's,
how he hosts the show that has Casey and his brother on
Yeah.
there,
Uncle Muscles Hour.
If you can be Weird Al and play a character named Uncle Muscles,
He did a brief appearance on Drunk History, and he played Hitler.
That's funny. Weird Al, good guy.
All right, there's your artist spotlight for this week.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Maybe we should change it to Searchlight
Searchlight.
because I feel like we never have the artist picked out until we get here.
Yeah, artist searchlight.
Yeah,
There
so
you
we'll just one of us will search for the artist, and then we'll just say it. It's
Yeah.
Artist Searchlight.
There you
There
go.
you go.
That works.
How about some TT boys?
Yeah,
TT boys.
Trending topics, of course.
Yep.
Um,
Maybe we should mention that Dale's not here, or should we not?
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
hey, Dale's
that?
not here.
Yeah.
He's in Kentucky.
in the future, if Dale doesn't come, we're just not going to say it.
You all can discern for yourself
Well,
whether
last
or not he's
time-
here.
Last time Bender wasn't here, but here we go with.
I had mommy issues last
yeah,
time. That's
T
why.
TT boys here.
All right, your #1 trend right now: animal cruelty.
God damn
Police investigating woman who allegedly duct taped dog's mouth shut.
Oh,
Did you guys hear about this?
No.
I briefly, one person on my news feed posted about this.
Okay.
And no story details, no nothing. They just reposted the picture and said, "Make her famous." And I was taken aback at first because I was just like, that's why. I don't want to. But I guess they're trying to get her recognized so
Right,
that
yeah.
she
Sorta
gets
like-
arrested or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I have differing views on this. I looked into the story earlier actually because I saw it on my feed. I saw that picture initially of the dog with its mouth
Duct tape.
duct taped, and the picture itself from the original woman's Facebook page had like 270,000 shares,
Jesus.
and you know.
Oh man.
So I went to her page, and she had made another post recently that was like, "Thank you to whoever posted a picture of my truck and license plate online," or something like that.
Yeah.
And I guess people are harassing her now.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Of course, yeah.
And now, I think the most recent news is that apparently she's been taken into custody for animal cruelty.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
My issue is that I feel like people get overzealous when these things happen,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know what else is going on, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good thing to do. I wouldn't do it. I think it's a shitty thing to do to tape your dog's mouth
But
shut.
the way everybody piles on and has
Yeah.
this holier than thou attitude and attacks a person, and
It's like,
of
what?
course it's awful, but
Yeah, but what do you want
why
to
don't we do that with
accomplish?
every rapist? I mean,
Yeah.
just pass around every rapist who's ever lived is worse than a person who duct taped a dog's mouth shut.
Well, also,
Let's
what are you
admit
trying
that.
to what are you trying to get done here?
Right.
You want her to, you know,
Do you
be
want her to learn a
reprimanded.
lesson,
Yeah.
or do you want her to die? Do you want to
Yeah.
kill her? Do you want to physically harm this person? I
Yeah,
mean,
because I feel like you could have taken that post directly to the authorities
yeah.
and just been like, hey, I know this person, and it's bullshit that she duct taped her dog's mouth closed.
Yeah.
Let's look into this and see what's going on. Is the dog abused and so
Mhm.
forth, you know? Because it could have been just a dumbass thing she was thinking,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, you won't quit barking, I'm going to tape your mouth
Yeah.
shut. And then,
And it could have been, even though it is still cruel, it could have been some kind of, kind of a troll thing. Like,
Yeah.
she's just, look what I had to do, my dog was being a dick, you
Yeah.
know, and then took it off 5 minutes
well,
later.
that's why
or
it's not up to
something,
the
you know?
internet to prosecute people,
Right.
because now the authorities will probably go and they'll check out the dog,
Mhm.
and they'll find out the whole story and see, you know, is this woman habitually abusing her dog, or is this like a
Yeah.
one-time stupid thing she did?
Right.
Should someone's life be ruined over something like that? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
But I don't. I also don't agree with what she did.
No.
I think that's a bad
course
thing to
not.
do. You wouldn't do that to your kid or,
No.
you know, to someone else you cared about. So
Yeah.
not smart there, and also not smart to post a picture of it on the internet. So
We could also point out, though, that all the people sharing that picture and trying to vilify this woman are probably stuffing their faces with bacon and steak and stuff, and a lot worse things are done to those animals than having their mouths duct taped shut. That's for sure. So
yeah.
you
So.
fucking hypocrites. Don't get me wrong, I'm one of them, so don't mess with me, but you know what I'm saying, guys.
All right,
let's take it in perspective here.
Tim Tebow and Olivia Culpo, NFL quarterback and former Miss USA, split over lack of sex, report says.
Why is this anyone's business but their own?
Report says.
A report said. Who do you think thought it was a lack of sex? Because I'm sure that's just one of their perspectives. If there was a lack of sex, you think Tim Tebow wasn't getting his rocks off enough?
I don't know.
I don't necessarily think that it has to be one person's perspective. I think you can
yeah.
be in a relationship and you can have a lot of, you don't know what their lives are like.
Yeah.
You don't know how often they see each other.
What if it could have been mutual? We don't
Yeah.
see each other enough.
And we
don't have
we
sex
don't,
enough.
We don't. When we do see each other,
Yeah.
we're not having sex, and that
Yep.
see
that just
issues.
doesn't work for either of us.
And
But
then
the
it's-
fact that we're talking about these people, the only reason we're talking about it is because they're celebrities. If, Joe and Linda down the street had a divorce, it wouldn't be fucking news, and we wouldn't know the reason for it.
Why is that trending?
Who gives a shit? I mean,
Why-
people like Tim Tebow because he's, Mr. Christian spokesperson. He's just an athlete version of Kirk Cameron.
I hope this is not your fault, listeners. If you're listening to the show, I hope that you are not part of why that
Why is
story
that-
is trending
Yeah,
right now.
if you're sharing that around and being a dumbass,
Stop listening.
Who
to
cares?
that.
Uh-oh, okay, here we go. Let's move on.
I think we got a good one.
Reese's. Consumers criticize shape of company's Christmas tree-shaped peanut butter cups.
This show's just gonna make us want to quit life eventually.
True.
We're just gonna see these trending topics and just
So let's examine this.
okay.
Do you think that these are non-Christians who are mad about the Christmas tree?
I'd
Or are
imagine
they-
it's probably conservative Christians
Because the
that
Christmas
really
tree is an extremely pagan thing, isn't it?
they don't know that.
No, they don't know
You're
that. They think
assuming-
it's a Christmas
But
tree.
it is.
You're assuming way too much about these people's intelligence level.
What I was
mean,
thinking is maybe people are mad because the tree is not distinct enough in its shape.
That's what I'm thinking. It's more of like a blob that's
It's
kind
just
of
a
in the
triangle
shape. Yeah.
this year. It looks it's like the Starbucks thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Stuff your face with the fucking Reese cup anyway and get over your shit.
Or
I mean, seriously.
it could be secular dickheads, butthurt atheists out there.
That it's too detailed of a
Yeah.
Christmas tree? I doubt it.
It shouldn't be. Well, it should. The fact they're making a Christmas tree shaped peanut butter cup. Maybe they're mad right now.
The thing about secularists
Yeah,
is they don't care about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We still celebrate Christmas even though we're atheists. I mean, we do it in a different way, but Christmas trees don't offend me. If somebody says Merry Christmas to me, that doesn't cause me to be butthurt, nor does I mean, and pine trees aren't necessarily a symbol of Christmas. It's just that they're the only trees that stay green in the wintertime. I mean, it's winter, it's not necessarily a Christmas tree.
I know people are petty, but how much detail do you want out of a peanut butter cup Christmas tree?
You're gonna-
You're gonna eat it.
You're gonna eat it and turn it into shit, and
That's
it's
why I'm
gonna come out of your
questioning-
butthole.
I'm questioning the idea that those people are the ones complaining in this situation.
Maybe Reese's made this up just to get more publicity. Maybe their peanut butter cup sales drooped, and they really needed some publicity. So they saw the Starbucks red cup thing, and they were like, "Man, we got to jump on this train."
Let's just
Yeah.
make
Because
a triangle.
Everybody who's indifferent about this is now just like, "Fuck, I want a Reese cup."
Yeah.
Like, that sounds delicious. I'm gonna go buy, because everybody knows when you buy the special shapes,
Yeah.
it's
only
a
get
much
one.
different texture than a normal peanut butter cup.
Mhm.
It's more, you get more
Peanut
PB
butter,
Yeah.
for your buck.
You do.
And it's a thin layer of chocolate, and it doesn't have the ridges, the thick ridges on the outside. You have to have had one, but it's a whole different ball game than a normal Reese cup.
I'm maybe in the minority here, but I'm quite disappointed by most holiday-shaped candies. Not because of the shape, but because, especially Reese cups in particular, I enjoy those.
You like the
chocolate
ridges.
I
Okay.
enjoy
Oh.
that thick chocolate outside and that little.
I like all the
sliver of
peanut butter.
Yeah, I'd go with the tree over the regular
The
cup.
Easter egg
Mhm.
Reese
Oh,
cups.
those
Oh
are the
yeah,
best.
those
Nope.
are great.
Because then they have even more surface area for the chocolate to, it's just a blob of
Of
chocolate,
peanut butter,
and
yeah.
there's no ridges or
I don't
anything.
like
It's just an it's like an amoebus.
No.
All right.
It's a chocolate peanut
we'll have-
butter amoeba.
We'll have to find out, and maybe we can talk about that on the YouTube show.
Yeah.
We'll get to the bottom of it and find out who's bitching about what Christmas trees.
But we know we have a differing opinion about what is superior, the regular cup
Mm-hmm.
Or a holiday shape.
the holiday shapes.
And maybe,
And maybe you have that dilemma among your friends.
Yeah, and maybe we can open up a Reese's cup on
Probably
the
gonna tear
video
us apart,
show.
Yeah.
actually.
Alongside the chocolate flavored or the chocolate smelling shit, because we didn't discuss whether the shit would taste like chocolate. But yeah, a Reese's egg, man, there's not much better in my book.
All right, here's our last trending topic for the evening. Goat Man.
Krampus.
Krampus.
Timing. People allegedly report sightings of half-man, half-animal creature from urban legends.
Like Krampus. What urban legend?
It doesn't say.
Yeah,
Krampus.
that's the miracle of TT Boys.
Yeah.
Is all we get's that very
Lots of
brief
speculation.
description.
I've never in my life heard of an urban legend of a hooved man.
I've
Other
heard-
than like fairy tales
Yeah.
and Krampus.
Yeah, I don't know of any Goat Man
I'm thinking it's
urban
probably
legend.
it probably is Krampus.
Yeah.
I mean,
But why wouldn't it say Krampus? There's the movie coming out.
a lot of people don't know who Krampus is.
It could be a ploy by the movie houses.
Yeah. Trying to drum up a little controversy, a little speculation that Krampus might be a legit dude.
It is
Yeah.
made. It's
around.
made by the guy who made Trick or Treat, and I believe Trick or Treat only had a very limited theatrical run because it was delayed production for a couple years before it finally came out.
Well,
So maybe, and now this is, theatrical films gonna open in theaters and everything. Maybe it is publicity.
Nobody saw a Goat Man. I mean,
if you saw a Goat Man,
you
Call
go to
us.
the doctor, call a psychiatric hospital, and have yourself admitted, because there are not goat men.
or throw it up on YouTube for everyone
Yeah.
else to see.
Yeah. If that shit's real, that changes my perspective on quite a few things.
It's
I
the
think.
old adage of extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Yeah. Put
So,
up or shut up.
There you
Let's
go.
do this.
Hey, that's TT Boys.
TT boys for the week.
Trending topics until next time.
Thank God we had some more lighthearted fare this time around. Because
Yeah.
last show was a little.
Yeah.
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 We cover what's there, though. That's the TT boys' promise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever the TTs are, the boys are going to be there.
And,
Give you a bukkake of knowledge.
Oh, God.
we do have the
Oh,
mic.
yeah.
The mic is in the center,
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
we're all just kinda
just
Circled
just
around the
slinging-
mic.
spitting knowledge on it.
Yeah. just shooting everywhere. How about some Super Divorce Don't Know Shit?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I love this
I love
one.
Super Divorce Don't Know Shit.
Someone, let's throw out something we don't know about here, so I can find us.
Okay, on the radio today, they were Bob and Tom were interviewing a man who has been to space.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Maybe we should talk about like re-entry into the atmosphere.
I'm gonna search.
procedure. You know,
See, I'm a bit of a space nerd, so we would have to get specific with it about something space related.
we talk about Buzz Aldrin's
I w-
personal life.
How about
wouldn't-
this? How about this? This headline here:
Okay.
U.S. space rocket debris found in sea off Sicily.
They spelled Sicily wrong, unless
they-
it's silly.
Oh, I was thinking. Is it
SCILLY.
My brain just made it Sicily when I
Yeah,
looked at it.
it should have been.
Skilly?
Is that right? Yeah, they the Isles of Scilly,
Where?
Skilly
Or
or
silly.
silly.
depending. I don't know where that is.
I don't know
either.
shit about
We don't
silly
know.
or
I don't know
skilly.
what Isle of
Let's try and
Skilly
figure it
is.
out.
Yeah.
Using our reasoning skills.
Okay. Are we gonna just try to speculate on where this place is?
Well, let's just talk about it.
What do
I
you think
think-
the debris was?
Well, before we cover that, I want to figure out.
I think we have too
Skilly.
much of we have too many clues right now because there's a photo up there. I think you should minimize the
I
page
can't
so
see
we.
the photo.
Well, good.
He can't see it.
Good.
I can't see it.
I think that because I thought it was Sicily first, it's somewhere near Sicily. It has a similar name. It has a similar spelling.
Yeah.
So I think it's around that Sicily region.
Right. Okay. Which for most people probably don't know where Sicily is, but I know
where
it's
Sicily is.
it's part of Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Right.
But
But
it's
is it part of or
it's
is it
separate.
islands? Are
It's
they
an island
Yeah.
off the coast.
The island of
like-
Sicily.
Yeah, I think it's an island. It is an island. We're
Mhm.
just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an island.
It's an island.
Sicily is an island near Italy,
Yeah.
and Scilly or Silly,
Mm-hmm.
which both pronunciations are acceptable,
Yeah.
is an
I have
island
heard it
off.
both ways.
It's an island off the coast of Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
So if you imagine Italy as the father of Sicily, Sicily is the father of
Of
Scilly.
Scilly.
Well, Sicily is a form of sister. It's the Italian word for sister.
Okay.
So it's the sister of these other islands.
Okay.
And that's-
Skilly is
Must be
Italian.
the older sister.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Skilly is Italian for slow sister.
Okay, so Sicily.
So Skilly is kind of like
Scilly's the
the
mentally handicapped.
the handicapped island of the bunch.
Well, it has that C in there.
Yeah.
And when you pronounce it silly, the reason for the silent C is because it's a very hard island to notice.
Right.
And that's why I actually even forgot about it until we started talking. And then it was like, oh yeah, I remember learning about this in high
Right.
school.
And that's where the word silly actually comes from, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a double meaning because we've already established that Sicily means sister in Italian, and skilly is slow sister.
Yeah.
So the word silly actually is when you're saying someone's silly, it's a reference to them being, kind of acting mentally strange
So it's
in
a bit of an
way.
insult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's not
Yeah.
quite so
Mhm.
funny anymore, is it?
Right. So when
Yeah.
you're saying that's silly,
Mhm.
consider who you're insulting.
And consider everyone who lives on those islands too, because they didn't ask for that.
They're all Scylla.
Right. And the people who live on the islands, it's sort of like a leper colony, but for slower
Slow
people.
people.
Yeah.
Not necessarily mentally, handicapped, because they can get on just fine, but slower than the
there is
average
a community
bear.
of people on Scylla, or Scilly or whatever it is, that they just do things at a slower pace than most people.
Right.
They can still do them well.
Right,
But
it's a slower.
they choose to just take their time.
Imagine everything you do as what you consider to be a normal person, but slowed down by about
10%.
I'm gonna say 30%.
30%.
I heard it was half.
Half,
Yeah.
50%
They do
slower.
halftime everything.
Yeah, everything's
Half time,
because they're just so much more deliberate.
but they live twice as long. So
Yeah.
really, to them, from their perspective, we're just doing things really, really fast.
yeah,
The oldest
we're
man
living
on,
fast,
yeah.
talking fast, performing things fast.
The oldest man
Um,
on Scilly, I hear, is like almost 200 years old.
Yes.
yeah. And so this,
The island itself is the oldest known piece of land on the entire world.
well, they're
It's
also
the first island that popped up from the primordial Earth.
and that was their head start, and then they slowed down,
Right.
and they forgot to catch back up.
Mm-hmm.
See, so now they're halfway technologically,
Mm-hmm.
so
They almost
right.
have electricity.
Well,
Well, that's,
I would say maybe they're sniffing, just because we've sent missionaries over there to try to introduce the technology to them and push them into,
Yeah.
but because they're so slow, the missionaries become frustrated.
and they have to
before
be
they're able
so just thrown off by the space debris coming
Right.
down on their island because
Yeah.
they don't even know what that is.
No, they have no idea. They don't even know what the American flag represents because
No.
they haven't even learned of the American Revolution yet.
No, they're just catching wind of some stuff that happened. Oh boy, a long
Right.
time ago.
Yeah, but if you ever have any barbecue from that area of the world, their slow smoking method of smoking.
Well,
meats.
they take pride in it.
Right.
To be honest
that's,
with you.
that's what they're really known for.
So to wrap up this segment, let's just agree that it's very unfortunate about the space debris.
Right.
It was shocking to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
It was a rock to
confusion
their
that it
world.
caused because they move half as fast as everyone else.
They're still
That
freaking
confusion
out about
is just
Yeah.
lingering and lingering.
Yeah.
And their top scientists have brought this debris into the labs, and because they're half as fast at figuring things out, they still don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
And it's really causing a rift among the people of Scilly.
It's going to be a while before they get back to normal over
Right.
there.
And unfortunately, when they do find out that the space debris is merely a part of the lavatory on the ship, I don't know what they're going to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shitty situation.
It is
Mm-hmm.
a real shit show.
And if they try to reverse engineer it to make a spaceship and they end up with a toilet in about 50 years, that's all they get.
Mm-hmm.
You think they finally find out it's a rocket ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
you got a
They're
toilet.
just going to assume toilets are rocket ships.
Yeah.
Oh man, because they might not even have indoor plumbing yet, so
Yeah.
you might have people trying to ride shitters into outer space. It's a mess over in Scilly right now. Cilia.
All of it.
It all works.
All those islands, there's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
So have mercy.
possibly send
Pray
aid.
for Skilly.
Send aid. They desperately need toilet paper, I think is one of their higher needs.
Mm-hmm.
The Skillian. I'm changing my Facebook profile picture to being overlaid with the Skillian flag. I don't know if you guys know. It's green, and then a neon purple, and then it's like a burnt orange.
Mm-hmm.
They're-
I'm just gonna, you know.
Yeah.
And we will actually be performing their national anthem in full at our next show.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 4.5 hour event.
Yeah. It takes a while.
It takes a
to form it the way that
very
they do.
long
We wanna
time
be
to
true
do it
to it.
authentically. But
So come out and see that.
right,
Thanks
Super
for-
Divorce
thanks-
don't know shit.
We don't know shit.
we don't
about
know
that.
shit about any of that. What we just said.
So if you heard that, don't take it to the bank.
Because they won't let you
It's
deposit.
counterfeit.
It's
It's counterfeit knowledge, and it doesn't work in the real world outside of this show.
No, yeah.
That's a disclaimer.
Yep.
Time for next topic, and it's Comics Corner.
Comics
Oh, yeah,
Corner.
Comics Corner.
What's
Woo.
up? What's up with
Saga
comics?
started again. Finally.
So you're all caught up on that. I
3 months
assume.
is too long. Yep, bought the first issue yesterday. Well, the 31st issue, I should say. Yesterday. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Did you
But
enjoy it?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The story is moving right along.
I'm gonna create some kind of an antagonistic atmosphere on this week's Comic Corner. I think Saga is a real shitty title,
Yeah.
and it bothers me.
Really.
I think it kind of phones it in. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think,
I think it's a
Saga phones
I think-
it in.
I think if you take
I've never read one. Let me preface this by saying I know nothing about the series. I don't know if it's a tongue-in-cheek thing where they're making fun of the fact that maybe they're not taking themselves as seriously as calling your comic saga is, but a saga, you know, the Lord of the Rings saga, the Star Wars saga, you know, just calling it saga, that's like calling it comic book, story, you know, it's just
I think it's
a
a
very bland and vague
well, there's that
title, and I don't
sometimes-
like it.
Sometimes
I think
it
it's a-
works.
Yeah.
There's the anime fairy tale.
Yeah. Black Butler. I mean, you know, they're Soul Eater. What's he do? He eats souls.
Well,
Dragon Ball.
fairy
Dragon
tale.
Ball.
Dealing with
Yeah,
Dragon Balls.
But fairy tale is in saga. Let's make a movie and call it movie. I mean, you might as well. It's a saga called Saga.
Yeah.
Lazy. Antagonist over here.
I feel like it's a Starbucks red cup. That's kind of what they did.
I don't
You
know
didn't
if they're
bitch about
trolling.
that?
Yeah.
It's what do they call
Well, and
it?
plus you're creating this antagonistic atmosphere when right afterwards I was going to bring up that Dark Knight 3 has started this week as well.
Oh, cool.
So-
Okay. Well, I didn't have very high hopes for that anyway.
I know, and I know
Frank Miller's
I'm going
a
to wait for the
crazy old
trade
man.
just as much
Yeah.
as you are. I'm not going to buy the individual issues, but
I'm sure Saga's a fine saga, but I'm antagonizing the title of it, and I'm just trying to make Comics
They're-
Corner a little more
well, they're-
interesting for myself.
well, and as far as the title goes, you know, it's though it may be lazy, it is a fitting title because on the 31st issue that just came out, the story has progressed, I think, 5 years so far.
So it's truly a
It is
saga.
truly a very progressive, time-consuming comic.
Do you hate Toy Story?
Now that I think about it, yes, I hate that title. It's
What
shitty.
what would have been a better title for Toy Story?
I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog is it's a show about
No, that's
Courage
the name of the
Cowardly
character.
Dog.
If Toy Story was called Woody,
And Buzz.
Woody gets thrown away. Woody goes in the trash.
What would have been better? It sums it up. It's a story about toys.
Star
Toy
Wars.
story.
Saga is
Star
so
Wars-
much more. Saga could be about fucking anything.
Star Wars
Toy
is
Story
about War in the Stars.
Okay, but Saga could be a saga about us sitting in this room right now.
Hold on, how about
it
this
could take
one?
place
How about
100 years ago.
Superman. It's just Superman.
No.
It's about Superman.
To me, you guys are missing this.
Any
No.
story with the main character's name?
Is the main character's
You'd have to-
name Saga?
No.
No, but you'd have to throw it away because it's not something about Batman. It's just Batman. That doesn't take very much effort, does it?
But Batman is not called Saga. And
Yeah,
it could be.
It's
I'm gonna
called
pitch.
Batman.
That's my
I'm
point.
gonna pitch this great
Batman
movie.
could be called Saga. Star Wars could be called Saga. Anything could be. This show could be called Saga. You could literally call anything Saga and it would work. That's
But
my problem with
only
it.
if it fits the criteria for being Saga. You can't
Well-
just call anything Saga.
Mm-hmm.
You could, really. Because it's all perspective. If Saga implies something that goes on over time and is a linear story, a saga could take place in 12 minutes. Depending on your perspective of the way the time is passing.
I don't know if
And
that's necessarily the definition of a saga, though. Is there a time frame on
what
the
is your
definition?
definition of a saga?
I don't really have a definition. I just think it's a hipster title.
Makers of Saga. You know, I'm sorry. I would like to actually start reading it because it looks interesting, but
It's
Title's
the best,
lazy.
It's the best comic
Sucks.
on shelves right now.
title sucks. And titles are not important, so this whole argument's kind
It's
of
a little. You're
hilarious.
just being.
but I'm just
a
being,
dick.
I'm just bringing things up.
Yeah.
Shining some light where the light needs to be shown.
As far as other comics that are out, in case anyone's interested, I think Sex Criminals is moving along. They're coming out. Everything that comes out with Sex Criminals, they're coming out with a XXX not safe for work variant cover.
Oh.
I just picked up 2 of them yesterday. There's a issue 12 is just someone bent over with a butt plug in,
Mm-hmm.
and issue 13 has actual female nudity, like
Oh.
human, just photographs with the creators' heads on dildos.
That's more nudity than they're gonna put in Playboy now.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if you miss the nudie magazines,
Buy Saga Not Safe for Work cover issue 13.
You mean
Or
Sex Criminals?
Sex Criminals, yeah.
How about-
See, it could be the title of Sex Criminals. See,
Could.
you're already putting it
It
on
could.
other comics. Why don't we call every comic Saga?
how about Nudie Magazine Day? Remember that?
Yeah.
Little Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Oh, video games. Let's talk about video games.
Star Wars Battlefront's out finally.
Mm-hmm.
I've been,
I'm still playing Metal Gear.
yeah.
How about you?
I've been splitting my time around 75% on Fallout 4 to about 25 on Battlefront, and both are equally satisfying to me in different ways. But Fallout 4, I've completely ignored. It seems like Bethesda games are becoming more and more polarizing, sort of like John Cena of video games. Some people think they suck.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's some people think they suck or some people just get their hopes up so high that there's no way for the game to meet the expectations of the fan base. So it's almost sort of like George Lucas. I mean, failing in the Star Wars franchise, except there's no Jar Jar in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I think the only thing you could knock it as is people are saying it's more of the same. Well, what did you expect?
Yeah.
It's a Fallout game that plays like a Fallout game, looks like one. It's got updated graphics, new mechanics, but it's Fallout. I mean, what more do you want? That's my point about it, and I've been enjoying the ever-loving shit out of it. I love every moment of it that I've played.
You see, I've read a lot of people bitching about Battlefront.
I have too.
That
Well, I haven't read a lot, but
perplexes
I've
me,
heard
too.
that the feedback on Battlefront is very 50-50. You either kind
Mhm.
of love it or hate it.
From what I've seen, I still haven't played it, but I've seen quite a bit of it played now. I think it looks really fun.
I don't know.
And
I
as
don't
far
know.
as like a
Super fun.
first-person shooter, online game goes, I don't know what more you're expecting or what more you
Yeah.
want. Kind of like Bob was saying about Fallout. At this point in the game, we've seen about what we're going to see, I think,
Yeah.
mechanics-wise.
You're
Until
just
we're
kinda-
all playing with like an Oculus and
Yeah.
we've got a brand new way to play games, I feel like it will be a similar experience, but with like a new overlay, a new
Yeah.
sheen to it somehow, and
We're
then
not
new
really-
missions, new maps. That's
Yeah.
what you have to wait for and what you have to anticipate. Not that your mind's going to be blown the way it was the first time you popped in a game on like 360 or
Versus
PS3.
playing on an N64 for
Yeah.
10 years.
We're not going to get that again until we jump to a brand new way of playing games, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
that's okay because games can still be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like a Chuck E. Cheese of Star Wars. You're just jumping in the ball pit.
You just get
it's
everything.
fun.
You get everything
Just
you want.
leave your brain at the door. We all know there's no story. It's just multiplayer. You don't need to think about it. Just
No.
get your gun, run up and shoot some people, turn into a Jedi, shoot out of a walker, fly a fucking, an X-wing. I mean,
Drink some dew.
if you don't
have some
fucking,
Doritos.
if you don't like that, then you don't like Star Wars, in my opinion. I mean, it's a fun romp in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the story. It's just an homage to some of the best things about it. The music that plays during the
It's
load
dead
screens
on.
is fucking... It's all the John Williams score. It's not even redone. It's the actual movie music. And it's just so goddamn satisfying and immersive to be in battles like that. And it's fun.
I took down an AT-AT with a snowspeeder tow cable at the very, very, very last second. Ended up winning the game for the Rebels and got a boner. Like
Yeah.
that's how awesome it is.
If you don't like
How
it, that's fine.
satisfying.
Everybody
Yeah.
has their own opinion.
I'm not gonna
know?
say you
We're
can't-
not gonna
you-
bash you, but
You can't not bitch about it. If you want to, that's cool, but I think you're wasting your time.
yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to want the game changed who is enjoying it.
Yeah.
And
And if
Yeah.
all the people saying that, it loses the spirit of the original Battlefronts, those games still exist.
Yeah.
You can play them. There's mods where you can, put them in HD, updated graphics and stuff, and those games are still fun. You can play them. There's nothing wrong with that. But the new one, it's a whole different animal. It immerses you in such a way that I don't think is captured in the old games. The old games are more, that of an arcade kind of feel to them, where you're just. But the new one, I really feel like I'm in the shoes of the Rebels and the Stormtroopers and stuff. It's an immersive experience that has a lot to do with the way the weapons handle, the sparks that fly out when you hit stuff with lasers, and it's just so authentic.
And you
I don't
fucking
know how
play it
you could
third
be-
person. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
You can, yeah, if you want to play it like traditional
authentic
Battlefront.
you fucking can.
Go into third person. Ivy, my girlfriend, who plays this game, she plays exclusively in third person, and there are advantages to it because you can see around corners that you wouldn't otherwise be able to see around when you're in first person. I'm a first person type of player because I like that realism of being in the, feeling like you're actually there, and I don't know if you guys, kind of off topic, but still on topic, if you guys saw the ultra realistic graphics mod that somebody made for Battlefront.
I did not. No.
It's scary how real this thing is. I mean, you can see the little pebbles and the grains of sand in the desert on Tatooine. This guy, I don't know, I think what he did was he lowered the contrast and it gives everything kind of a more gritty look, like it's real and aged and weathered by the desert and everything, and he somehow sharpened the details on everything to the point where people were saying that no, this is real actors in stormtrooper costumes, this can't be a video game, and then it was proven that it was real. That's the next step. But I think Battlefront is the step between where we're at, where we were, and where we're going to be, because it's that immersive to me.
But if you don't want that, fuck off and go
Yeah.
back and play the old games.
Yeah, play the old games.
They're
They
still
still
there.
exist. Yeah.
Still there for you.
Diablo 1, people said the same things about Diablo 3. It's like,
Yeah.
play the old ones then.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
How about some movie talk?
Movies.
I want to see Krampus. We mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Trick or Treat, so I'm real excited that the dude's coming out with another movie. I can't even remember his name, honestly. And I'm normally fairly good with names, but really excited for Krampus. Also want to see Mockingjay Part 2.
This is not out at the movies, but I watched The World's End today and
It's a
reached into
good
my
movie.
Blu-ray collection.
Yeah.
I watched that, and I also watched MacGruber while I was wrapping Christmas presents.
They have a trilogy of what do they call The World's End and Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah,
There's a name for the trilogy.
I can't think of it. It's all the,
Edgar Wright.
Yeah,
Simon Pegg.
yeah. They said they're going to start a new trilogy.
That would be.
That'd be awesome.
That's what we
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
because those movies are classic in my book.
Have you watched the Final Girls yet?
No, not yet.
Thank God.
Yeah, we're still holding off.
Soon,
So,
like this coming week,
I was
we'll
gonna-
watch Final Girls.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if older movies are fair game, because the Christmas season is coming upon us, upon us. I'm a little more in the spirit this year. I'll tell you guys. I don't know why, but I'm feeling that Christmas bug again.
You gonna put up any decorations? at
I
the park?
might.
Yeah.
I might. But one of my favorite things to do around Christmas time is to watch Christmas Vacation.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's my favorite all-time Christmas movie.
You will be glad to know that when I went to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, it's a tradition. She starts the movie right when they wake up.
Okay.
And plays it all day on loop for Thanksgiving and for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then on Christmas Day, she always watches on TBS, I believe. They show
24
Christmas
Hours of
Story.
Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my shit right there.
Unpopular opinion. I like A Christmas Story. I just think it's highly overrated.
I prefer Christmas Vacation to
Same
Christmas
here.
Story.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna play any Christmas movie for 24 hours straight, you're gonna do it with Christmas Vacation.
I think
mean,
I like Christmas Vacation, but I grew up with Christmas Story, and it's like almost hammered into me. Like, hey, this is the one you prefer.
Well, I didn't see A Christmas Story till I was an adult.
Really?
And yeah, which is interesting because it's such a hugely popular movie now. And when it first came out, I don't think it was.
It was
I think
not.
it kind
I
of
don't-
flew under the radar and then became a cult
I
classic.
feel like it was very.
And then kind of moved into the pop culture.
As long as I can remember, I always thought it was kind of a classic growing
Yeah.
up.
Well,
same.
So, but
I
maybe
mean,
not.
it's an older.
Yeah.
It didn't come out.
Well,
it came
probably
out
early
before.
'80s.
Yeah, it was before
Maybe.
we were born.
Yeah.
But I saw it as an adult, and it entertained me, and it's got all the Christmas, feel to it. It gets you in the right mood. But I just think people take it a little overboard with that film about its greatness. I think Christmas Vacation, even though I've seen it 100 times, there's just parts in it that I will always crack up at.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that
Yeah.
could possibly change that. It's absolute gold.
The little details in that movie are great.
Yeah.
Too. I love the shopping scene.
Yeah.
When Eddie is just throwing shit in the cart. I also enjoy his
100-pound bag of fucking dog food. It won't even fit.
Eddie's fake turtleneck. That
Yeah.
You can see like
The
cuts off.
Dickie.
Yeah.
It's a Dickie. My dad knew the name of that fucking thing. He's like,
Really?
I remember people wearing those goddamn things.
It's called a Dickie.
Yeah, it's
I did
a
not
Dickie.
know the name of it.
Yeah.
Just,
A fake sweater.
yeah.
And the fact that you can so easily see the outline of it.
Yeah, because he's
through his shirt.
he's wearing an all white
a
long
white
sleeve.
sweater with a black. The ultimate contrast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wonderful. If you
Shitter
haven't
was
seen,
full.
if you haven't seen Christmas Vacation, of course you need to go and watch it immediately.
It's a little bit more of a grown-up Christmas movie, so I wouldn't show it to a young kid.
Put the kids to bed, even though I used to watch it. all the
Right.
time as a
I'd
kid,
say they're ready when they're about 11, 12. They can watch Christmas Vacation. In my book. The 80s gave kids more credit.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, much more.
Yeah. Nowadays we're just. I don't know. In the 80s, we were talking about it earlier, RoboCop was one of the biggest, 80s toys for kids to buy, and Jesus, if kids watched that movie.
I had the RoboCop helmet
Yeah.
and a gun set that I got, at KB Toys.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been much older than, 4 or 5.
That's what the 80s did. They made R-rated movies and then marketed them to children.
Yeah.
Like Toxic Avenger, Toxie, they turned it into a cartoon. I mean, a kid's head gets run over in that movie, and it's
twice
just for fun for the character who's doing it. Like,
Monster Squad.
Monster Squad, you bitch. Dracula calls the little girl a bitch.
Even Goonies is, the penis on the statue
Yep.
falls off, and they're trying to fit it back on.
What a magical time.
Yeah.
Where you had those tweener movies where it's kind of for kids, but probably shouldn't be.
Yeah. I think they should be.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
We should give kids more credit. They're way smarter than people make them out to be.
Yeah.
I'm already having conversations with Nick's 3.5-year-old son where it's starting to scare me how smart he is, and we're thinking 10-year-olds, don't know that Santa isn't real. I mean, come on. Let's be real. Let's go back to the 80s.
Yeah. Let's talk about wrestling.
Okay.
What can you say right now about the state of the WWE anyway?
It sucks because it feels like every couple months they give you a stellar pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then shit goes downhill for a few months after that, and then it's like, oh shit, this company is terrible. Let's stop watching it.
Yeah.
And then somehow they'll build back to having a great pay-per-view again. So I'm not one of these sky is falling, wrestling's over kind of guys, but they are going through a bit of a slump recently, and it's not very
they
hopeful.
don't commit to any long-term stories, and that's a problem.
Right.
They
had Rollins going for a very long time.
Yeah.
That was one thing that did run.
Outside of the main event picture, though, it's almost like if you are not on main event level, your stories will start and stop at the drop of just a fucking,
Nobody's going to remember that Sheamus Orton feud that lasted for 2 matches.
No.
That they tried to push.
But
and now Sheamus is champion. Oh my god.
Oh, it's awesome.
Maybe it is awesome. Maybe this is, that's a heel move for the company to make. Wrestling's an interesting business, The company trolling their own fan base can be part of a storyline, I don't know. Are they self-aware enough to know that? Who knows, but...
I just read earlier this evening that they still are refusing to clear D-Bry. Let him come back.
Oh my god.
Supposedly he's had several doctors, just independent doctors that he's gone to clear him, but the WWE doctor has not and will not yet. So I don't know. I feel like
keep
they're
him on
probably
the shelf till he's 45 years old. I mean, the dude.
My guess is they're being extremely careful after the thing with Punk.
Yeah.
And they're probably just being overly cautious. And I don't know. Hopefully he gets back in the ring at some point.
If you're not recovered from a concussion by now, I mean, it's been so long.
Yeah.
How could you... I don't think that's how concussions work. Your brain doesn't regenerate, That's why every time, you have a heavy night of drinking, you better consider how many brain cells you're getting rid of, because they don't come back. So if you have that concussion, I understand having a little bit of time to recover, and I know concussions are a huge deal these days. I'm a person who literally boycotted the NFL for covering up the impact of concussions on athletes. But, come on. He had a concussion. It's been several months. It's not like it's been 3 days and he's trying to get back in the ring.
No.
Months and months and months.
Speaking of NFL real quick, I just want to say that I was pulling for the Cardinals when they played the Bengals.
Who ended up taking the win?
Arizona.
Arizona did beat the Bengals.
Yeah, it was like a last-second field goal.
Oh, okay.
And the Bengals had come back and scored a touchdown, I think, to tie it with like a minute left. And then Arizona went down the field and got in position there. And
I'd imagine in part due to Carson Palmer being a badass.
Yeah. So then after that game, you might have seen it. I posted on Facebook just a picture of Palmer.
Still the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm pulling for him.
Pocket passers they have long careers, man. He's only 35.
Well, I feel like if you drop out of a sport and you're not following the team, but like the last guy who was really running the show when you did follow, and that's Palmer, of course, for me, starts doing well, then it's kind of cool. It'll bring you back in a little bit. So
you think Jeff Blake will make a comeback anytime soon?
Yeah, Jeff Blake and Achilles Smith. Well,
we should track down Jeff Blake. I don't know how old he is now or anything, but do kind of like that thing you had with Jason about
the comeback.
The comeback, chasing the Lombardi trophy. Have Jeff Blake train real hard and do an NFL tryout for a couple teams and see if he can win a Super Bowl championship.
End up playing for the arena team in Louisville or wherever the hell it is. I think Kentucky has an arena team, don't they?
Hell yeah, they do. It's the Kentucky... Shit, I don't know.
I shouldn't knock arena too much because that's where Kurt Warner came from.
Yeah, he was playing arena football and working at a supermarket.
Yeah.
And he got picked up by the Rams, and man, the rest is history, man.
Bagging up some groceries.
Yeah. Same with Tommy Maddox.
Yeah.
Although I think he was in the NFL first, and then he went to the Arena Football League and then came back, but maybe that was with Kurt Warner too. I just don't know enough about his career, but yeah, don't knock him. I know Ocho Cinco is playing in Europe.
Is he?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they have less stringent rules about beating the shit out of your girlfriend. I don't know.
That could be.
I feel like I feel like Europe's a little more progressive than us, so perhaps it's, because it didn't take place on their soil or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's okay that just turn a blind eye to it.
Well, Ray Lewis killed a guy, so
yeah,
took part in killing a guy. I mean, he was let go, but it's pretty much accepted that he was.
Orange Juice Samson. He did some terrible things.
I don't think we've forgiven him though. Ray Lewis is looked at as.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's great. He's an American.
Yeah.
Icon, of football greatness.
You don't think people feel that way about Orange Juice Samson?
I don't think so. I think old Orange Juice burned a few too many bridges.
All right, well, that's wrestling for
Sports
tonight.
Corner.
Sports Corner, we'll say, this evening. We what do you want to bring back some TT boys for the end?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay.
TT boy it up.
We'll do some rapid fire TT boys here. So let's see, what did we not get to? Okay, Cupid. Most messaged woman on dating site shares photo tips with Cosmopolitan magazine.
Bob knows from experience that photos on internet dating sites can be extremely misleading.
I don't want to revisit that.
Although I will say for OkCupid, I met my girlfriend on OkCupid, so...
Okay.
There's nothing... I mean, that particular story is... Why? What tips could you give? Just so you can receive more messages? Isn't the goal to meet your mate and meet somebody you can spend time with? It's not to get attention for your photo.
That's the purpose, but I don't think everyone uses it for that.
Well, if you want to get attention and get more messages
Why don't you just
take your shirt
on
off.
OkCupid, then take the pointers from this asshole who's given...
Most message
talked to...
woman.
Yeah, she just...
And
free blowjobs.
She shouldn't be proud of being the most message
Yeah,
woman.
because she still hasn't met her mate.
Yeah,
that's the purpose.
That and like, I don't know how much you guys know, but I know from a lot of my friends who are ladies that have OkCupid, you do not get appropriate messages.
No,
on
it's
a
kind of a fuck all.
It's because guys have no shame on the internet.
No.
So you are...
Because you're sitting behind a screen.
Yep, you're two messages in, and they're asking to do the grossest stuff
Well,
you've
hey,
ever heard.
I think
she's the most messaged
She's the most
woman, so
messaged.
imagine what she's
guarantee
received.
you, every single, or like every other message is just like, hey, let's bang.
And
hey,
now
let's
that
bang.
the public knows who she is, how many more messages is she going to get now?
I
It's
bet a
just gonna
lot
be-
of people on there are actually just there because they want to see who's DTF.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But then that's what Tinder's for.
Right, but they might not know about Tinder yet.
True.
Because it is kind of it's kind of the hip thing,
Yeah.
right? A lot of these hangers-on might be just
OkCupid's like Facebook and Tinder's like Twitter. Or Tinder's like Snapchat and OkCupid's like Twitter.
what's
And then eHarmony is like Facebook.
No, eHarmony I think is like MySpace.
eHarmony's MySpace.
MySpace.
eHarmony's Reverb Nation.
Yeah. Fuck Reverb Nation.
I know.
If you're from Reverb
Such a
Nation, you
shit
can
show.
just kiss my ass.
I don't. The creators of Reverb Nation and the creators of Music X-Ray can both lick my sack.
Hey, Razor
nut
and
apiece.
Tie Records, thanks for having the Sleep Star Ignition song pending on your Music X-Ray site for about a year now almost.
Yeah, pay $10 to submit your music to a record label to be reviewed, and then it's still in there pending a year later, and your $10 has disappeared.
If they contacted us, I would feel like just writing back, fuck off.
We really love your song Fright Night. It's amazing. We'd love to sign you guys to a multi-album deal.
Oh, you would?
Oh, yeah?
Fuck off.
Fuck you. Give him the King 810 answer. Why the fuck would we sign with you? You guys suck.
Just write back, thanks for the timely response.
But we decided to go with another label, which wouldn't even be true. But
Kansas City, Kansas. Police say man charged with murder suspected of feeding dead son to pigs.
oh shit! Have you guys seen Hannibal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it makes me think of.
Like the movie or the show or
The
both?
movie.
Yeah, they do it in the show too.
Do they?
Well, they don't. I don't think they do it, but they are plotting it in the show.
In the
There's
movie,
a pig farmer, but you're right. In the movie,
Yeah.
that's what he does.
Feeds people to pigs.
Because they'll eat it.
Yeah.
What if he was feeding him actually a dead son? That he,
A dead.
Like a solar
star.
sun.
yeah.
Well,
He-
the pigs might have a bit of indigestion if they eat a dead star.
What if they can handle it?
Well,
Might be looking at a new
Super
a
pigs.
new super pig.
Radioactive super pigs.
yeah. That's just, I mean, if that guy did that, it'd be similar to how Glenn Beck raped and killed a girl in 1990, which we still haven't addressed as a society. So
He's not responded.
yeah.
Actually, I think he did. Because he tried to sue them.
Maybe he'll try to
As a
sue us.
response. That's a parody.
Yeah.
This is all parody.
Right.
Don't believe anything that we ever say on this show because it's all parody show.
Yeah, Glenn Beck didn't. Well, as far as I know, I don't know the guy personally, but
He
he's
might have,
never been
but
convicted of
I hope
raping
he
and
didn't.
murdering anyone.
Yeah. I was just thinking the
It
actual.
seems like a dude who would be capable of that, but who knows? But yeah, we joke around on this show, except for what I said last week. That wasn't a joke.
Here's another story about someone who obviously did not have family values high on their list of priorities.
Okay.
From Compton, California, police rescue newborn girl buried alive after locals report cries near riverbed.
Wow, we're getting into some we're getting into some morbid territory. I will say this, that baby is pretty badass.
Yeah.
For crying loud enough to be heard and be saved,
Yeah.
as far as we can tell by the headline.
After being buried alive.
After being buried alive.
Buried alive. But this, you know what? This actually goes back to the Norm Macdonald thing.
Yeah.
Because she had to have been in a shallow grave.
Yeah, very shallow grave.
If they could... Locals?
Yeah, locals just overheard this crying from a nearby creek bed. And as far as I know, Compton, California is a very urban area with probably a lot of street noise and, you know, all kinds of stuff
Of course,
going on.
straight out of Compton.
Right, exactly. So, a lot of rap music being blared at all hours of the night.
Have you ever seen,
tires screeching?
on this topic, oddly enough, have you ever seen the one banned from TV episode of the X-Files?
No.
There's an episode of X-Files that was aired once on television and has been banned ever since, about an inbred family of brothers that hold their mom hostage and make her produce babies, and then they just bury the babies alive outside on the day they're born. And a bunch of kids playing baseball they step on the grave and like blood seeps up from the ground.
Oh.
And Scully and Mulder have to go investigate.
Well, that would be a sadder story than this. Ours,
Yeah.
this one's a
This one's
success.
saved, so-
It's got a
story.
good
So,
ending.
good ending. Hopefully that child, you know, grows up to be a pretty badass person. Maybe he has a good set of pipes. You know,
Yeah.
maybe he becomes a vocalist.
And
of
hopefully
some type.
the mother is brought to justice.
Yeah. Or the father, whoever buried the kid. I mean, it doesn't.
For some reason I was thinking maybe that was another
Yeah,
story that I
it
saw
doesn't-
there.
It
Yeah.
doesn't say who.
Okay,
who
so
buried,
mother or
who did
father.
the burying.
Yeah, mother or
but
father, if you buried your child
You
near the
suck.
riverbed.
Fuck you.
And also don't have more children, please.
That's one thing. If we compare this to the dog being duct taped,
Yeah.
you don't get your side of the story on this one.
No. There's not really an excuse there.
If you bury a baby, you're all bets are off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you better kill yourself before you go to prison. You know, if Rust Cole is talking to you in the interrogation room,
Yeah.
he's gonna tell you better. They don't put up with shit like that in jail. You know, fuck with adults if you're gonna fuck with anybody, but if you're gonna bury a child,
Yeah.
a baby, somebody's gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
So you better fuck yourself up real quick.
Last
Kill
one
yourself.
for the eve here. Let's talk about Adam Lambert.
Okay.
Adam Lambert, thousands sign petition to ban singer from New Year's Eve concert in Singapore.
Hmm.
So,
Singapore is a notoriously stringent society. I believe there's a movie about a real thing that happened where Americans were caught with marijuana and sentenced to death in Singapore.
I've not heard about that.
Yeah.
But
If you spit gum out on the street, they can throw you in jail. It's like a really strange, super stringent society.
There's the Weird Al song that's the parody of the Crash Test Dummies song, where the kid goes to Singapore and he took spray paint and he like did some graffiti,
Oh shit!
and
Yeah.
then
And
they
they
caught him and they like beat him with bamboo like
Yeah.
across the ass
Yep.
before they sent him home, because that was his punishment, and he got
Yeah.
caught doing it, so they beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Well, that's you know, that's kind of run of the mill for Singapore, as far as I know. So, I'd imagine it probably has something to do with Adam Lambert's sexual orientation. I don't know. I'm not positive about that.
well,
I don't know shit about this subject.
Look, he's gay.
Yeah.
End of story.
Right.
What do you want from him?
Yeah.
What do you want from him?
Yeah. If you don't want him to
Obviously, they don't want anything.
Yeah. I'd imagine the people signing the petition aren't going to be the ones going to the concert anyway. So
Yeah, you could
who
just
gives
stay
a
home.
shit? Yeah, just don't go watch the guy if he goes against your value system, which I don't know what it is in Singapore. I feel like they would probably be predominantly Buddhist, but
I don't
have
know.
no
If you-
idea.
If you're in Singapore and you don't want to watch the Adam Lambert show, you don't want to see the ball drop
Yeah.
behind Adam Lambert, then maybe you can stay home and
Yeah.
drop your balls down the toilet water. There's your solution.
Yeah. Fuck you, Singapore people who don't want to see Adam Lambert. Well, we're assuming they don't like him because of his sexual orientation.
Maybe
What if
his
it's just because they
music
hate
just
his
sucks.
music?
That might be it.
They're pissed it's not Metallica.
Well, then,
I can't honestly say I'm a fan of Adam Lambert.
if there are
I
other
think
bands
he's a-
playing,
Got a
take
good
talented
voice.
singer.
Talented
He's got a good voice.
yeah.
take your headphones and just listen to something else while Adam
Yeah.
Lambert plays.
Or watch another ball drop show. You know, there's plenty of them out there. Watch
Yeah.
New Year's Rockin' Eve
Mm-hmm.
with Ryan Seacrest. Or whatever. Who knows?
Dick
I don't
Clark.
know. Well, you'd have to rerun. You'd have to go back a few years, but yeah, if you only like Dick Clark, you might be out of luck nowadays
You could
because he's gone.
Watch some reruns.
He passed away, which that happens.
He's in a better place.
We're not laughing at Dick Clark's death.
But if we
We're
wanted
laughing at
to,
death.
if we wanted to, he has been dead long enough that we could laugh at him being dead now. I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dug him up and tried to trot him out for another couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the ball drop that show has had pretty abysmal ratings since he's been gone.
Maybe
so.
a hologram is the answer.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
You
they
could
could take
hologram Ben
footage.
Crosby up there and
Yeah, they could take footage from different shows and put them together. So it
Splice
wouldn't
it.
be like, oh, well, that was Dick Clark from 1981 show, and
Yeah.
you just watch the same one.
hmm
You could piece them together, and
Yeah. He looked the same the whole time.
Yeah.
Up until his death, so it'd be pretty easy.
yeah.
He, he was looking good even up to his 80s.
So maybe Dick Clark on the way back.
Come on back, Dick.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Take your show back
Yep.
from Ryan Seacrest.
Yep. It'll
He's not
certainly
doing a
have-
good job.
It'll certainly have a little more personality.
What if they gave it to Leno?
I would watch it. The first year, I'd give it a shot. I know he's got a new show. They're doing Jay's Garage. It's coming. It's going to actually be on TV
Oh, really?
instead of just a web series now.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Jay Leno, come back to TV.
Heading
on a-
back on the ball drop ceremony. Jay and Kev's rocking New Year's Eve.
Kevin Eubanks,
Come on back.
come on back.
We need you.
We need America needs you. We're in a state of disrepair, and we need the dynamic duo of late night back.
Let's put Kev and Jay on some Super Divorce t-shirts.
Yes, yes. We have to say we're not going to, and then do it, and then just not have them be called Kevin J.
Yeah.
Not specified who they are, but it's clearly them.
I'll do some drawings.
Okay,
And,
we'll have some drawings of Calvin,
Uborks.
Uborks, Jason Lenovo.
Coming soon.
Coming soon in a merch table near you.
Let's recap the show.
We have a show at Hank's Pub next Saturday, the 5th St. Nick night.
Yep.
Hopefully Krampus doesn't show up early and fuck up our night, but I
Because
think
the Goat Man's on the loose.
Goat Man is out there, evidently.
Tim Tebow's not getting enough sex.
Tim Tebow's not getting laid enough.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Or he's just not putting out.
Yeah.
One or the other. Or the chemistry's not there.
Yeah.
Either one. We
Usual
discussed
thing.
how
Either
many
one, no
possibilities it could be.
No sex for Tim Tebow.
We
Yeah.
talked about Weird Al.
Weird
the
Al.
Artist
Lovely.
Searchlight segment.
Yep.
We all like
New
Weird
up and coming artists that not many people know about, but we can see a bright future for Mr. Al.
We did some TT Boys.
Yep. Quite a bit of TTs
Yeah.
today.
We got, of
TTs,
course,
baby
There's
please.
Tim Tebow. There was
Tebow,
the Goat Man.
the Reese's,
The Reese's.
which we're going to get down to the
Right.
bottom of.
Yep.
Figure that out.
Super Saturdays.
Join us on Super Saturdays.
Over on the Bootu or YouTube, for those of you who pronounce it correctly.
Okay, Cupid.
Oh yeah.
We figured out that, what is it? eHarmony is MySpace.
eHarmony is either MySpace or Reverb Nation.
Yeah.
And, well, we didn't specify, but I think.
Hold on. eHarmony shouldn't even be those. eHarmony is GeoCities. and then Match.com is MySpace. Could you go LinkedIn with Match?
I don't know. I feel like
People
LinkedIn
still-
is more of like a business people's type of deal.
Match.com is MySpace or Reverb Nation. OkCupid is Facebook or Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Tinder is Snapchat.
Yeah. We didn't get one for Kick.
I'm not familiar with Kick, but
It's just text messaging. It's
Probably
like,
lots of sexting.
maybe Kick is kind of
Horny
like
young-
Twitter then.
Uh-huh.
Because Twitter, I
Young-
mean, you can tweet pictures and stuff, but
What
usually
about,
it's text
What
based.
about plentyoffish.com?
That's like farmers only. Wait, no, because those are both dating sites. I fucked up the analogies, guys.
That's all right. That's okay.
I knew a guy
And-
who's on Plenty of Fish instead of OkCupid.
Like exclusively?
Yeah,
Huh.
we know him.
People.
I remember. I know.
POF.
Yeah.
People feeding their children to pigs.
Terrible.
People burying live children.
Also
Burying your
terrible.
baby.
But that baby survived, so.
Yeah.
And Dick Clark and Jay coming back.
Clark
Dick.
coming back in hologram form, and Jay and Kev with their own ball drop show.
They're all
Welcome
coming
back.
Just for you. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
And
Jay Leno will actually be on the show in a couple weeks. We have him booked a special guest, Super Divorce, SUPERCAST with Jay Leno, and
he's vacationing in Skilly right now.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah, talked about Skilly and space debris.
which I heard he took one of his steam-powered cars over to Skilly, and it's the fastest thing they've ever seen.
Oh
It
yeah.
has a top speed of 8 miles per hour.
Very
So,
impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Steam engine.
Saga's back.
Yeah.
Bob didn't like the title.
Sex Criminals has butt plugs and nudity on the cover.
Yep.
Is a butt plug to keep the poo from falling out?
I was discussing this with Lindsay yesterday when she saw the cover, and she was just like, I don't
I thought it was
What
just
is
for pleasure.
But
Does
how
it
is
just feel good
pleasurable?
while it's sitting in there?
I guess you just like having something up your ass.
Like
so-
you're halfway through a poop all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're crowning every moment of the day.
Maybe you just shove it up there and then kind of try to shit it out.
And then
put it
catch
Put
it.
back in.
Yeah,
No, that's like, well, why wouldn't you just get a dildo then?
well, maybe I feel like it's more discreet. Like I could have one in right now, and I'm just sitting here talking.
Oh, the fact that we've all probably spoken or interacted with someone in our lives who's had a butt plug in.
Yeah.
And we had no fucking clue about
Yeah,
it.
because they just lean over
And
like
they
this.
just
You
have
can
a
push
little-
it out, and then you just sit back down regular, and it goes back
right
up your
back
ass.
up your ass.
And so you could do that over and over,
I
and
don't
you're
know.
getting.
You can't unthink that now because I guarantee everyone who's listening to this podcast has interacted with someone who secretly had a butt plug
Yeah,
in
it's like they
at
say
one
you,
point or
you,
another.
you will pass a serial
serial
killer
killer.
at some point in your life. You've also passed someone with a butt plug in.
Or talked
Or
to
talked
them,
to them.
spoken to them. And they
The
also
barista at Starbucks.
they have
you
that
know?
thing. You're
Pastor
never,
at your
The
church.
pastor at your
you're never
church.
more than 16
Find
feet
out.
away from a spider or something, or
Yeah.
8 feet, something ridiculous. You're never more than 20 feet away from somebody with a butt plug in.
Never.
Never. Unless you go to the extreme reaches of Earth or space.
Yeah.
If you're in any kind of a populated
One of the
area.
astronauts
And then,
has to have a butt.
then as a law of
One
nature,
of the astronauts.
I was going to say,
Sally
as a law of
Ride had a
nature-
butt plug in.
As a law of nature, if you stray too far, then you will have a butt plug
Yeah,
in.
you're the one with the butt plug.
That's how nature balances things out.
That's like, yeah, the law of observation.
Yeah.
It's the law of butt plugs.
Yeah. If you're too far from other people who possibly have butt plugs in, you will be the one with the butt plug in your own ass. So keep that in mind.
Yep, if you don't want to have a butt plug in your butt, you better not walk too far
Yeah.
from civilization.
We talked about
Robinson
Battlefront.
Crusoe,
But,
Yeah.
fictional character,
Yeah.
definitely had a butt plug in.
He did.
The Old Man in the Sea.
Yeah. Robinson Crusoe DLC coming out for Battlefront.
I'd love to be stranded in those fucking sweet ass environments.
movies.
Krampus.
Krampus,
Talking Jay.
and we talked about how
Christmas
shit was
Vacation.
better for kids in the 80s.
Yep.
Yep, Christmas Vacation, Monster Squad, Goonies,
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Yeah. The Gate.
Never seen it.
Oh, god damn it. Well,
I've not seen The Gate, but I saw James's review of The Gate on
Okay.
Cinemassacre's Monster Madness, and it
Mhm.
looks like a very enjoyable movie.
we should all watch it sometime.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and
the-
Final Girls. We need to watch Final
The
Girls.
practical effects in The Gate look really good.
Yeah, they were great.
They look just scary enough and just... Oh, what about fucking Ernest Scared Stupid, too?
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
The trolls in that movie were frightening, but
they scared me.
Ernest balanced it out with his slapstick humor.
Yeah. Trademark slapstick.
That was the only Ernest movie I knew about, and then when I heard about all his other bullshit, I'd be like, Ernest Goes to what?
Yeah.
Like, no.
I didn't
Ernest
want-
Scared Stupid.
I didn't
That's
want
it.
any other Ernest movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fuck all that other bullshit. That nonsense.
We didn't really. There's not much wrestling related happening right now. Sheamus is champion, so we talked about.
How hopefully the company will bounce back with a good pay-per-view.
And Carson Palmer, and arena football.
Yeah.
And
Kurt
that was
Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Shout out.
And that was our show.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for hanging in there after last week's kind of depressing.
Last
little-
week was nothing. We
Yeah.
didn't do a show last
Oh,
week.
not last week. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I gave thanks for butt plugs.
Hopefully you're not driving out in the country right now.
'Cause you're the one with
Listening
a
to the
butt plug.
podcast.
As we have startled you by revealing this strange fact. You thought you had to take a shit, but that's actually a butt plug up there.
Some
right
people
now.
might find that offensive that having a butt plug suddenly appear in your anus is a bad thing. Because some people could be like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love
but
to have
Some
a
people
butt
could be
plug
driving for the country right now.
on purpose.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so they can have that spontaneous butt plug show
But I
up.
feel like it would still be startling the first time you noticed it.
Right, but if you're expecting it, now that we've informed everybody of what's going to happen,
Yeah.
they know what to expect.
Okay, well, if you want a
Yeah.
butt plug in, then go take a nice country
Yeah.
drive and.
Get the hell out of here. That's what Thoreau was after.
That was it. That's why he moved to the woods.
Sauntering off to
Yeah.
obtain butt plug euphoria.
All right, guys, we'll see you later.
Have a good,
See ya.
yeah.
Bye.